guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me here today. First off, I'm so sorry about the quality of this video. It is a very gloomy, rainy day outside, so not great for shooting videos, and also I'm using my webcam again because my phone is out of storage. But anyways, this is a very highly requested video and I'm finally getting around to filming it. I wasn't planning on making it. TikTok, you either love it or you hate it. A lot of it is very cringy, but there's also a lot of wholesome, cute animal content on there. And I was reluctant in making this video because a lot of these videos that you'll be seeing make me very upset and they're not exactly fun for me to watch. So I've been putting it off, but I'm getting sent more and more videos every single week of problematic TikTok videos with ferrets in them, promoting harmful care, just showing casual animal abuse, casual animal neglect, and I just cannot sit by and not say anything for any longer. I cannot deal with this anymore. I want to put this out there that there is a lot of harmful content on TikTok, very harmful for the ferret community and people who are looking to get ferrets. There is a lot of misinformation spread on there and I'm going to talk about it today. Again, there's a lot of really good, wholesome, even educational content on there with ferrets, but I'm going to save that for maybe another video. But today I'm going to be focusing on only the negative ones, the problematic ones, so that I can help better educate other people. Some of you may be like, it's just a silly video, Bryn, why are you freaking out? You know, they just wanted to put a silly thing out there for views. They obviously, you know, they don't want to harm their ferret, and I both agree and I disagree with that as well. I think that people on TikTok don't want to harm their ferrets. I think that everyone wants to be a good pet parent. I also think that people don't always think of their influence before they put something out there, especially accounts that have thousands of people watching them, even accounts that aren't marked as educational accounts that just share cute ferret videos, for example, or share cute ferret photos. If you share like anything that is problematic, that might show harmful care or imply harmful care, that is enough to make impressionable viewers of yours want to do those things, want to replicate those things, because a lot of people idolize these people, which I don't necessarily agree with. I don't think that anyone should be idolized to the point of where people will copy, you know, anything that they do because they like them so much. Keeping that in mind, I think that that's the majority of people. I also think that there are people, and I know this because either myself or other people have reached out to them on many occasions saying, you know, hey, maybe you should put a disclaimer on your last video that you made, or maybe you should stop posting that kind of content because it's very confusing to viewers. And I know this because I get messages weekly saying, I saw this on TikTok, but it's something that you don't recommend, and I want to know, you know, what's the truth? Why are people on TikTok recommending this and you're not recommending this? So it really is confusing a lot of new owners when they see these videos, these cute videos, you know, how can they be harmful, right? But I think that there are like those people that I mentioned that are catching on that problematic videos get views. Controversial videos will get more views than just a cute picture of a ferret or a cute video of a ferret. If you're showing them a ferret with, let's say, a piece of cake in the thumbnail or vegetables, you know, people are going to click on that. I don't think that that is right whatsoever. I don't think anyone will actually admit to doing that, but you kind of know after a while if it keeps happening, and let's say you've talked to the person and they agree with you that it was wrong, yet they keep doing those things. You can say all you want, you know, you could say, well, if I post this and people want to copy it, that's on them, it's not on me. I'm not telling people to do this, I'm not recommending this to people. But that's a really irresponsible way of looking at things, especially if you have a lot of followers. And for me, when you see me post something, especially if it's new information on ferrets, a lot of what I post in regards to raw feeding usually is like things that a lot of people don't know. You know, it's not information that's readily available for ferrets. A lot of raw feeding information is not readily available for them. So before I post anything, just know that I fact check. I am looking everywhere. I'm scouring groups, books, articles, everywhere before I post something, especially if it's a new piece of information, because I'm aware of my influence and I don't want to spread something harmful. However, people are, you know, we're all human. We make mistakes. We sometimes will recommend something that maybe was positively thought about and recommended years ago, but now it's not. Now we're going to be looking at some videos. Before we do that, I just want to say, please do not send these people hate. This is not what I want in my video. If you do find yourself in this video, please do not feel personally offended. I don't know what you're doing outside of that video. You know, if you have a bad cage in a video, I don't know if you keep them in there only for 2 hours out of the day. Let's move on to the videos. So this is the first one. It says, "What have I done?" And it says it's bath day. And these will all be muted because they contain copyrighted music, and obviously I can't post that. So as you can see, a bathing video with shampoo, which is obviously not good for ferrets. I'm gonna pause this because TikToks go really quickly and I forget about that. So first, ferrets do not need baths. TikTok, there are so many videos of ferrets getting bathed. Not only that, but with harsh shampoos, harsh chemicals, with bath bombs, with food coloring in the water, with, and a lot of people are actually putting way too much water in the bath to the point where the ferrets, you know, desperately trying to swim around. Ferrets are not good swimmers. Shouldn't be put in a bath where they actually have to physically swim. If you are going to bathe your ferret, which shouldn't be with shampoo and should only be once or twice a year total, it should be shallow enough to where they can stand in the water. Don't force them to swim around in a bathtub. I don't approve of that. But anyways, in this video, she's using a very harsh shampoo, which you shouldn't do. And then she's going and putting on dye on her ferret. Ferrets, they lick themselves, they clean themselves all the time. So he's going to be ingesting this. Doesn't matter if it's non-toxic, he's going to be ingesting this, but let's keep watching. So she did this for the TikTok, and it just really doesn't sit well with me at all. So now the ferret's all colorful and cute. That's pretty much the end of the video. I don't like this at all. I don't like this kind of content. I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's funny. There's no reason why you should put dye on your ferrets, and there's no reason why, like, if you're gonna do it, don't post it, one thing, but this is gonna make everyone else want to go out and do the same exact thing. You have to be aware of that. Like, it has 46,000 likes. I don't even know how many views it has, but probably a lot more than that. This is not spreading good information at all or good care for ferrets, and I'm just really disappointed from what I see. If you're watching this video and this is your video, please, you know, take what I say to heart. I'm not attacking you. This isn't a direct attack on you. I really recommend that you delete this video, maybe post another one if you have a lot of followers, which I'm sure you do. Make a disclaimer and say, hey, don't bathe your ferrets. I really respect when people go and do that when they see that because a lot of people don't know that this is wrong, right? So they go and they post something like this, they don't know, and then people reach out to them, you know, hey, this wasn't really a good video to share, yada yada yada. And then they go and they delete the video, and then they come on and they post another video saying, hey guys, I'm so sorry about the last video that I posted. I had no idea that this was wrong. I will make sure to not post content like that in the future. I have massive respect for people who do that, but sadly no one really does that. Unfortunately, a lot of people take it as an attack. A lot of people will message you and say that you're a TikTok vet. It becomes very toxic very quickly, so a lot of people actually stopped commenting on this kind of stuff because they don't want to be confronted by all those people and called TikTok vet, which is really sad. We're just trying to promote good ferret care. Anyways, let's just move on to the next video. I really was disappointed with what I've seen from this one, and this is a comment that was actually on the video saying, so brave for putting an animal TikTok up. Haha, I know, right? I'm confident in my animal care though, so I can handle anyone who comes after me. So clearly this person knows that what she posted wasn't great, but they're saying, I'm confident in my animal care so I can handle anyone who comes after me. This is just really irresponsible, really kind of passive aggressive. I don't know. I don't appreciate this at all. I don't really think I need to share the rest of this video. This is pretty much what it is. As you can see, this is very heavily colored water. I don't know what is in it. One of the members of my Discord said that they've talked to this person and they said that it was an oatmeal bath, but just with color added to it just to make it cool, which, come on guys, like stop doing these things for views. This has 516,000 likes, probably a lot more views. Just guys, just stop. It makes you look so bad if you're posting stuff like this for views. Like, there's no other reason why you would put blue dye in a bath, like for your own entertainment. No one does that. You're doing it for the video, and it really puts a bad taste in my mouth, and I have this impression of you now that you don't care and you only care about views, which is not good. So this one just says yum, has the ferret tags, it's got 51,000 likes, and it's obviously the malt paste. This stuff is pretty much cancer in a tube. If you look at the ingredients, it has carcinogenic ingredients, it has insulinoma, seizure causing ingredients as well. It looks like molasses because it is molasses, that's what it is, and molasses isn't healthy for us either. Why should we be feeding it to our ferrets? But a lot of people don't actually know that this product is bad because it's marketed for ferrets as a daily supplement. So this person posting this may just simply not know that. So I'm hoping that the 500 comments, I hope that some people on there said, you know, hey, this paste isn't really good, maybe you should do this instead. I would really like to see that, but sadly I don't have an account, so I can't see who, you know, what the comments look like. Again, they may not know. I'm not hating on them for this video. I've used this tube in the past when I first got Pazu. You know, everyone makes mistakes, so I'm going to be hopeful with this video and hope that maybe they have learned since. So this is a how I met my ferrets video. Guess we'll just see. That's all I really need to share for this. So another thing that I see a lot being promoted on TikTok is Petco, going to Petco to buy a ferret. A lot of people say, they'll show, you know, I really want a ferret, and then they'll show themselves driving to Petco, getting the ferret, putting it in the box, bringing it home, letting them out. I've seen that a lot, and it really does make me very sad. If you don't already know about the animal mill industry and where our ferrets come from, please do watch this video that I have on my channel, and I promise you after watching that you probably will never want to shop at Petco again. But anyways, it's very, very sad. I don't like seeing Petco being promoted on such large accounts. This has 136,000 likes. This account I know for sure has a lot of followers. So this says, all right, here's Cooper. So it's another bathing video, sadly. Putting it in water that looks soapy. It is way, way too deep for a ferret. As you can see, he's trying to get out, struggling to get out because ferrets cannot swim like at all very well. And she's using the Marshall shampoo, which we all know, I think that's the tea tree one, is toxic for ferrets. Tea tree oil is very, very toxic for ferrets. Over time it builds up in their organs and they can't synthesize it properly, which leads to problems down the line. So you may not see issues now, but you will see them later down the line if you continue to use products with essential oils in them. And again, I don't want to promote the use of Marshall products at all. We have another video by the same person. It is another bathing video, unfortunately. Again, the bath water is way too deep. At least it looks like they're not using any oh, never mind. Never mind. I was hopeful at first. Yeah, guys, you don't need to use shampoo ever on your ferret. Even if they get poop on them, the warm water is usually enough to get it off of them. Ferrets don't have coats that do well being wet all the time. If you've ever given a ferret a bath, you know that afterwards, or even if they just get wet, they will lick themselves clean until they dry, and that can cause hairballs, which will cause a blockage, which needs surgery to remove. They're very, very painful for the ferret, very scary, a very risky procedure. And so that's why I also only recommend bathing once or twice a year, because they lick themselves so much after a bath that they get, you'll notice that sometimes they'll get really coughy. It'll seem like they have something in their throat. It's the hair, and they're not like cats in that they can't throw up the hairballs. The hairballs are just, they just go right on through the body. So if they're too big, it will block up in the system and you will have to get it surgically removed, which is a very scary procedure. But anyways, yeah, I don't like the bathing videos. Let's move on. So this, I actually was really happy to see. They put, welcome to post bath, the love from you all is insane, and thank you for suggestions for alternatives. Now I can't read the comments, but I'm going to assume that people were suggesting not to bathe and to do something else instead, to make another post and put in the description, you know, thank you for the suggestions for alternatives, the love from you all is insane. That to me shows that this person is very responsible and very mature, taking criticism and actually applying it. This video really made me upset when I first watched it. This tube is so small, and I'm sure that I can assume that this person just lets this happen unsupervised, but even supervised, this is so bad for their bodies. They're very slinky, right? But they're not meant to get into that small of a space like consistently. And it doesn't have a disclaimer or anything. It's got 91,000 likes. A lot of people have seen it. And I mean, it's meant to be a funny video. It's got funny in the hashtags, but it's really not funny. This is very dangerous for your ferret. I'm sure you've all seen the ferret stuck in the toilet paper roll thing. That is so damaging to their organs. You have no idea. I mean, just look at it. It looks very uncomfortable. Like, why are you putting your ferret in that position where they have to get into a tube to get to their toy? I just think that that's cruel. This is borderline neglectful, and I mean, I'm sad to see it on the platform, really. Moving on, there is also a lot of videos that promote scruffing unnecessarily. I would only scruff my ferrets to administer medications, maybe just to clip their nails really quickly, something that they really need. Not scruffing for a video on TikTok for 69,000 likes. Like, it's not worth it. It promotes, and it doesn't have anything in the description. Yeah, I don't like this either, seeing the scruffing being promoted, unnecessary scruffing being promoted. It obviously doesn't hurt them, but you should be supporting their back legs when you're doing this, which this person is obviously not doing that, because it is uncomfortable for them to be up in the air without anything supporting their feet. So here this person is allowing their ferret to play. I don't know what these are called, those like little styrofoam balls. These are really bad and can be easily ingested and cause a massive blockage in the body. As you can see, this wasn't a situation of a ferret just getting into something on accident and they decided to film a video. They obviously, you know, set this up purposely for the ferret to play in. So I mean, maybe they don't know that this is bad, but yeah, this is not something that you should do. The 38,000 people who like this, I'm hoping that none of them replicated this. This can be very dangerous. If you want your ferret to play in something like this, use long grain non-instant white rice. You can do that. You can use beans, or ping pong balls are probably the better one to do. This is another bathing video. Again, it looks like the water is a little soapy in there, and I wanted to also add that even having your ferret in warm water, it doesn't have to have any soap in it. Just the warm water is enough to strip their natural oils. And I know that for a fact because I have done that with my ferrets before. I've given them like a warm water bath with nothing else in it, and they still come out very dry, very itchy, and then the next couple days they're super oily to compensate for the oil that they lost from the warm water bath. But anyways, I just wanted to put that out there in case you were wondering. Say hi to my baby Coda. That is a very inappropriate cage. Bad products. They went to Petco. So again, another video promoting bad ferret husbandry. They have the water bottle, the litter box with no litter in it, a very inappropriate cage with exposed wiring, even the ladders. If the ladders are exposed wire, that can hurt their paws, and then also, of course, supporting Petco, which does make me very sad. I hope some of the comments mention that, because not everyone knows. Again, not everyone knows where Petco ferrets come from. Not everyone knows that wire-floored cages are bad. Not everyone knows that water bottles are bad either. Here we have another bathing video. Yeah, and there's no disclaimer about not giving ferrets baths. Again, when I say that there are a lot of bathing videos on TikTok, I mean that there are a lot. If you go on the ferret hashtag, probably every 5 videos it's a bathing video, which makes me very sad. These animals should not be bathed, and I don't know where it started from. They're the same as cats with their coat and how it shouldn't be bathed because it just produces a lot of oil and makes the ferrets much smellier. It's bad for their coat overall, and it stresses them out. Not a lot of ferrets enjoy bath time. But it's just like with cats, and you don't really see a lot of bathing videos for cats. So I wonder what makes them different, you know? Is it because they're marketed as rodents or they're marketed as smelly? I don't know. This particular video makes me very, very angry. And if you're watching this, I don't anger very easily, but this video made me very, very angry. As you can see, unnecessary scruffing again, but that's not the only thing that happens in this video. I can't even, I can't. This makes me so angry and so upset. I don't understand why you would find this funny, or why any, you know, the 12,000 people who like this video, I cannot understand how you find this video funny. If this video was with a puppy instead, and someone holding up a puppy by his scruff and spinning it around, I am positive you would get a different reaction from people. For some reason, when things happen to puppies, that's the most awful thing, but when things happen to ferrets or other small mammals, it doesn't even matter anymore, including reptiles, amphibians, fish. Like, people think that it's funny for them. But when it's puppies or kittens, all of a sudden, it's totally awful. Like, again, if this were happening with a video with a little kitten being spun around like this, I can guarantee you that people would freak out. TikTok would ban them. TikTok would remove the video off the platform. But no, this is seen as okay. And it makes me so angry. I'm like shaking with anger with this video. So let's just move on. Obviously, I'm sure all of you can see why this is just wrong. Again, another video promoting bad husbandry, water bottle, a very, very small cage for a single ferret. There doesn't look like to be any bedding in there. The floor looks pretty barren. This video is a little confusing for me. I don't know what this is, like, on the plate. It doesn't say in the description or anything, but it looks like a food item. I don't know, because it's, you know, it's all spread out on the plate like that. I don't know what it is, but it looks like it could be something harmful. The ferret's obviously grabbing them and stashing them. So again, I don't know what the heck those are, but they look like some sort of food item, so I'm not a fan of that either. This video is actually part of a series of people making this kind of videos. I don't know if the original was posted by this person, but I saw another one with a ferret with balloons attached to the harness or the collar, whatever it was, and, you know, lifting them up, or in their case, maybe they were pretending to lift it up. It doesn't matter if you're pretending. Like, this is such a harmful idea to spread around to impressionable people, to young kids. I don't understand why these videos are being made. And this person, it looks like it's hashtag coronavirus. They went out during a pandemic to get balloons for a viral video. Like, that just puts a really bad taste in my mouth. But anyways, let's just watch it. Yeah, it's definitely during the coronavirus, as you can see. So they went out and they got this non-essential balloon maker. I don't understand. So that's all it shows at the end there, but I don't like... Why? Why? Like, where do you draw the line? I don't understand. Again, if this was a kitten or a puppy, I'm sure people would be freaking out, but because it's a ferret, you know, everyone bats an eye. I'm sure this person doesn't want to put their ferret in harm's way, obviously. And of course, you know, if you're holding your ferret with a harness with the balloons attached, sure, the ferret is fine. But, like, the implication of it and what it applies to impressionable people out there with ferrets, young kids with ferrets, that it's okay to attach a balloon to your ferret to try to make it fly. Like, so in this video, they're showing that their ferret bit them in the neck. Randomly, which is awful. I'm sorry that happened to you. As you can see, they are unnecessarily scruffing their ferret in the video, in the beginning part, as you can see, for the video. Unnecessary scruffing. Like, the mama ferrets would do this with their babies to bring them back to nurse on them. They wouldn't do it as a punishment. They wouldn't do it to get their attention. That's the only reason why a mama ferret would scruff their baby, Don't do it for pictures. Don't do it for videos. Seeing scruffing being used this way for pure entertainment, for getting views on a video, it really just, it puts a bad taste in my mouth. It rubs me the wrong way. I don't like it at all. This one is titled Nemo Hates Baths. Again, another bathing video. And as you can see, the ferret is struggling, is not having fun in the bathtub. I don't get it. Like, why do people think that ferrets need baths? Like, it just makes me so angry. Like, oh my god. This one says, I just want to know where she thought she was going to land, honestly. So this is a very tall cat tower. If you know how big the double ferret nations are, you know how tall this is right now. It's half the size of that. And so they just sit back and they watch this ferret fall from such a high height, and they don't do anything about it. They film it and then they post it on the internet for views, for entertainment. It's a big fall. I mean, it's not as bad as the top of the ferret nation, but it's not great. And I don't think that you should sit back and watch your ferrets fail on purpose. So here we have two ferrets in a very inappropriate cage. I've talked about this cage many times. They can break out of it. It's obviously way too small, especially for two ferrets. And they do this a lot. They'll climb. It's a sign of boredom and a part of cage raging. It looks like they just have loose litter on the ground. I don't like this. I don't like the way that they're shown, and I don't like the way that they're being shown on TikTok either. These guys are not rodents. They don't belong in rodent cages, and these cages wouldn't even be good for rodents. Let me put that out there right now. I wouldn't use these plastic cages for any animal, and I don't recommend anyone to use them. They are marketed for ferrets, so many just don't know any better, but these cages are just, they're awful. I'm gonna put an example of one of my friend's cages so you can see what a ferret cage should look like. Obviously, yours doesn't have to look as pretty and beautiful and aesthetically pleasing as hers does, but I mean, just to give you an example of the double ferret nation's sizing, this is a much better bet and the only cage that I would recommend for ferrets. This video really gets me angry. Like, I'm trying to word this nicely. I don't like what this video implies. Obviously no ferrets were harmed, but I'm pretty sure that when I first saw this video, that wasn't in the description of the video. I think they added that later on. This is like a trend going on TikTok. Would you put your ferret in that sock and throw them for 1 million? Where people, as awful as it sounds, where people pretend, how do we know that it's pretend in some cases? Put it in a sock, twist it around, and throw it at the wall. Again, we don't always know if the ferret's actually inside there. I'd hope to think that they're not ever, but you can't trust anyone. And in videos like this that didn't have a disclaimer in the first place, I'm pretty sure that it didn't when I first watched it. It can be so harmful. You have no idea. I mean, you'll watch this and you'll say, who in their right mind would do this, right? But there are some crazy people out there. There are kids, especially on TikTok. There are a lot of impressionable children that will watch this and think it's funny, that will want to replicate it, and it makes me very stressed out. And when I first watched this video, I was so angry. I was like shaking with anger. But anyways, let's just watch this video. Yeah, that's the end of the video. So it ends with her slamming the sock at the wall. And obviously the ferret wasn't in there, but the implication of it is so awful. It is so awful. But this is okay because it's a ferret, right? It's not a puppy. It's not a kitten. Why does it matter, right? I don't like it at all, and I don't care. I'm kidding. Oof. I don't like what this implies, and I think it's very harmful. I'm getting emotional, so let's just move on. Jesus Christ. So this one says, not my idea, but I had to do it. No ferrets were harmed in the making of this TikTok. LMAO. Just a joke. Hashtag just a joke. So they put their ferret in the oven. They close it. And then it's a new ferret, darker ferret. It's not funny. This content is not funny. It implies something awful. Who in their right mind would think that this is funny. Yeah, that is me reacting to TikToks. I hope you could take something from this video. If anything, the message of the importance of influence, I think, is what I want to stick in your heads. Be very careful what you post on social media, especially when you have a large following, but also if you have no one following you. I wish that people could just feel satisfied posting wholesome content and they didn't feel like they had to do problematic stuff to get views. It's really messed up. Humans are really messed up. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.